doing well today. Hope your week is ending nicely. I'm still thinking of things that I need to talk about today. Putting it on my handy dandy card here while we are waiting on folks to join. Reminding you that coopedup.com is my website. You can visit that at any time. Sign up for my emails. I don't send them very often, but they're delicious when I do. What does that even mean? I don't know. Follow me. I'm Cooped Up is my handle in all of the social places. And wherever you watch up page, where did I go? Oh my God, I'm having tech issues again this week. And then also it's rebroadcast in audio format on all of the major podcasting platforms. Be sure to follow along by clicking the bell. Alrighty, well, let's get rolling with Cooped Up Live, should I say. It's just my daily broadcast about, should I say. Hey, Mama, hope you're doing well today. Good to see you. So I am having tech issues again this week. I don't know if I pissed somebody off or what, but as you just saw, I left the screen for a moment. I discovered this morning that inexplicably and unpredictably, there are people who are not getting my emails. Like, they will email me, I will respond to them. Other people get it, but like they don't get it. And then they respond to me saying, basically, hey, dude, like, why aren't you doing this? And it's been clients, unfortunately. Some of them have been clients. And I don't know what to do because then I go in. So my office is run on Google Workspace, which Google usually fantastic, no problem. Excuse me, I'm gonna excuse me. And some of our emails are getting through to these people, and mine for some reason or not, and one other person in my office some reason or not. But then other ones are from us. It's just certain ones don't. And I've learned of 3 different people, not at the same company, that have said, one has said I ended up in their junk mail. One has been like, hey, we need to talk about this. And I've already sent them over like 2 emails following up on something. And they're like, nope, don't have it. It's not my junk, all that kind of stuff. So I've got to get to the bottom of that. I've checked all of the admin dashboard for my company, and it says it tells me every email that is received and sent in the whole company. Doesn't tell me what's in it, but just it identifies it. And if it was delivered, what the IP address it was delivered to, if there was any problem, and they're all showing green, like there's no problem. So I don't know what to do. I wish it were predictable. If at least everything weren't going through, it would be better than just randomness, some going through, some not. So hopefully we make it through this episode of Cooped Up Live without any tech problems today too. So I was out and about today. Carrie had the day off, and so she invited me to lunch. And so we just had a real quick lunch at Taco Deli. And I needed to run up to Highland Park Village to grab something after lunch. Highland Park Village, for those of you who don't know, is the fancy dancy, like, rodeo drive of Dallas, basically. It's got like Christian Dior, Trina Turk, Les Boutons, Ralph Lauren, all that kind of stuff. And I needed to go to the... Why are you asking me that? What? Technology. Y'all. Hey, Eric, how are you? Well, anyway, so I go to drive up there, and I'm like, is no one working on Fridays anymore? Is that the thing? Like, is there what? Why is there so much traffic today? Granted, complaining about traffic while you are part of traffic is kind of redundant, and redundant, what's the other word for it? What's the, not redactive. There's another word for it also. But anyway, long story short, takes forever to get to Highland Park Village. I get what I need, get out, come home, and traffic just around American Airlines Center was crazy. On the tollway was crazy. Like getting off the exit in my neighborhood was crazy. And then I think supposedly in Arlington, it's like, don't even go. If you're because Taylor Swift's having her second of 3 concerts tonight. I think that the Texas Rangers had a game yesterday, and then they're having another one today. It's just all kinds of stuff. So if you don't need to get out, don't. That is, I think, the rule of the day, at least today. Because I say this as I tell you about my weekend plans. No one was in the office today. Yeah, and we don't actually go to the office on Fridays, like physically. I did today because Carrie wanted to see it. She had not seen my new office yet. But and my people are mostly working on Fridays. I mean, I think one had the day off and some other stuff, but yeah. So tomorrow, I bought ahead of time. Todd's out of town. He left this morning for Germany, Munich, Germany. He unfortunately has not made it. He's overnighting in Charlotte tonight because the storms that blew through at around lunchtime today here in Dallas delayed his flight just enough where he landed and got to the gate, and he was 5 minutes late for his connecting flight to Munich. And there's only one flight a day to Munich from Charlotte, and there's none from Dallas. You can fly to Frankfurt, but he said all of them are full because of the strikes that they recently had in Germany and France. Both had a lot of like their air traffic controllers striked or something strike that caused everyone. So it's everything's compressed now, and so he got there. He missed it by 5 minutes. Fortunately, he has status, and they got him on a flight tomorrow. But center seat coach from Charlotte, North Carolina to Munich, Germany. That's all they could get him, was center seat of coach. We'll see on that. Poor thing. But I bought tickets for this weekend. We're going to a roller derby tomorrow. Me and the kids are going to a roller derby. I think it's in like North Richland Hills. It's the Dallas Clovers, I think is the name of the team. It's just something I've always wanted to do. And Claire bought some rollerblades for herself with her birthday money a couple of weeks ago. And it made me think like, oh, that'd be fun to do. And they happen to be having a tournament this week. It started today and it goes through Sunday. I only bought Saturday tickets. So we will see. Hopefully it's fun. And then tomorrow evening, I have a fundraiser for Mason's new school. So already getting sucked into these things, getting involved. A parent there who I happen to know had an extra ticket and invited me for tomorrow night. And the theme is Rock the Yacht. And so that's part of the reason why I was in at the Trina Turk store today in Highland Park Village, was to get some pants to wear to this event tomorrow night. So I will post a photo when I can. I have great news, though. Well, it's sort of great news. So, I love the Mr. Turk pants, which is the men's line for Trina Turk. But they hella expensive, yo. Like, I'm talking like the first number is not a 1, it's not a 0, a 1, or a 2 in the price tag. And it's almost not a 3. Let's just put it that way. After tax, it's almost not a 3. But anyway, so I went, and of course I bought 2 pair today. But what was I talking about? I already forgot what my thing. My thing is, so on these theme things, I don't like to dress in the predictable way. So Rock the Yacht. You would think most people are going to wear like white pants, maybe like something like this, a navy blazer, a hat, a scarf, all that kind of stuff. That's not what I'm doing. But I'll post a photo of it when I get it. And then also, one of the things I like to do when Todd's away, and he's gone until Thursday evening. He comes back just in time for Easter weekend. But one of the things I always like to do is I like to do a home project of some sort that he is either not co-signed, that he may not even be supportive of, or that would surprise him. I don't think he's ever not noticed one I've done. So I've done one time I painted the sunroom green. He liked it white. I wanted it green so that the white trim around the windows would show better. I think I had a better idea. He still doesn't love it. But the sunroom now is green with white trim. Painted that. And it's my room anyway. It's all my plants are. I hang out in there a lot. One time when he went out of town for a week, I sent the sofa away to be reupholstered in periwinkle velvet. That one did not make it back in time for his return. And he comes home, and it's in our formal living room, which I thought, oh, he's never going to notice that it's gone. Like a minute into being home, he's like, Cooper, where is the sofa? And I'm like, oh, I sent it away. And then I did tell him, I was like, and it's being reupholstered in periwinkle velvet. And he was not happy. He was like, what? That sounds terrible. But turns out it's gorgeous. He loves it. Fabulous idea. It was the idea of our interior designer, Carol Agayko, actually. So, hey, Adine, how are you? Good to see you. I'm assuming y'all are getting storms soon because the storms rolled through here. Adine is in the Atlanta area. Storms rode through here at lunchtime. Arkansas had a bunch of tornadoes, I heard. And then I actually texted a friend in Bentonville and I was like, hey, are y'all okay? Just checking in. And she texts back, she's like, yeah, is there a reason why I wouldn't be? I was like, oh, obviously you didn't hear. Y'all had tornadoes nearby. So safe to say she's okay. And Eric is saying, center seat coach, I would turn around and come home. Yeah, but he's there for a week and he has to get there. And it was either that or he could fly to London, but then all the flights from London to the continental Europe were booked up too. And it was just, I don't know. He can spend the night at his parents' house in Charlotte at least, and then it's done and done. He also had the option of flying to London and then taking a 12-hour train ride to Munich, like through the Channel and then over, I think is how that would have gone. I would have probably done that, but he was like, I don't want to be on a train for 12 hours. So, and Sam is saying, I work on Fridays. Well, yeah. I mean, that's kind of my goal in life is to work, but yes. Anyway, so I've got to figure out if I'm going to do a surprise home project. I have one in mind that I want to do. I feel like I've already talked about this. Have I told y'all about this? Well, I'm going to do it again anyway. Oh, pants, size 34. That's what I was about to talk about earlier, but let me finish the surprise home renovation project thing. So I've got a couple, but one of them is I really, 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 and hopefully Todd's not listening to this right now. I know he's driving from Charlotte to his parents' house. Hopefully he's not listening to me live. Todd, cover your ears if you are. Turn the radio on or something. We have a sunroom that I want to paint this hunter green color, or not a sunroom, a mudroom that I want to paint the cabinetry in it hunter green. I think it would look so sharp. It'll look gorgeous. It'll be beautiful. Never painted cabinetry before, so I'm a little scared of that part. And then I've got some smaller things that I was thinking about doing. So we'll see on that. But I remember what I was talking about earlier. So I went to Trina Turk to get these very, very expensive pants. And I tried on the size that I normally wear. And it was like they were so loose that I could actually pull them down over my hips. I could pull them off while they were still buttoned up. And I tried on 2 pair just to make sure it wasn't like a factory defect or whatever. And I have noticed, because, I've lost 35 pounds, in case you haven't heard, that I'm able to fit into pants that I used to not be able to fit into. Things don't cut me in half anymore like they used to. But these very expensive. So I have like 6 or 7 pair of these Mr. Turk by Trina Turk pants already. And they're all size 36s. And now they are too big for me. So I need to go take them in, which it's just money, right? Just add to it. But it's definitely cheaper than buying new ones. But I can take them in and have them tailored, I guess, because I put a pair on and just to see about the ones that I already own. And they are, I'm having to ruche them like to the back but then my butt looks weird because I got so then I try to spread it out and it's not working for me. So I'm going to have them restructured. Thank you, Brandon Call. You were my inspiration. You and Christine were my inspiration for losing so much weight so quickly. 35 pounds from October to the end of December. So October, November, in 3 months. And girl, the moisturizer involved in that to make sure that I did not get saggy. I was so scared that this was going to look bad and old. And so anyway, what else do I have? Did y'all hear about Gwyneth Paltrow? She won her case. I don't know why I suddenly became so interested in this. Like at the beginning of the week, I did not even know Gwyneth Paltrow had a skiing accident. I did not know she was on trial. I did not know that she was being sued for only $300,000 and she was countersuing for $1. I didn't know any of this. But then the trial started and her looks were so fabulous. Fabulously like retro though, like very 70s, very power woman, but not like showing, like almost like I don't care about being here, that sort of power, like aloof in a way. which that's like real old money right there. But then that she was countersuing for $1, that their stories were completely not aligning with each other, all this kind of stuff. And so yesterday she won the two major court cases, or two major legal announcements yesterday. I'm not going to talk about the Trump one because I just don't want to go into that space really. But Gwyneth, she won $1. And being I don't know if she's a bigger person or she just wants to come off as the bigger person, which is why she made sure she said this. And then it was reported about what her last words to this man were, is "I wish you well." That's what she said to him. And he said something like, "Same to you, dear," something like that. So he was originally asking $3 million. I saw that, and then for some reason it got reduced to $300,000. And Adina's saying, "Sam, I didn't know either, but now hyper interested." So I'm assuming he's not. Oh, and it's $1 plus attorney's fees. So I was wondering that, because I can't imagine why you would even entertain a $300,000 trial, because it's got to have cost at least that much, right? And attorney's fees. I know when we had a trial once, it ended up costing us like $100,000 in attorney's fees. So, and it wasn't even like this big of a thing. So I was like, okay, that doesn't seem right to me. But so she's getting attorney's fees back and all of that. Then that's good. So her version of the story is that she was downhill from him and that he hit her. His version of the story is that she hit him. When asked about it, the man said, "I believe that she believes that her version is the truth." That's what, like, I believe that she believes that her version, meaning I'm not going to acknowledge that. But anyway, so fascinating. Brandon is saying, instead of jail time, motion to sentence Trump to skiing with Gwen. Oh man. Oh, and the trial was so like white on white on white also. I mean, it was crazy. What else? Thank you for the compliments about losing 35 pounds. It's become a joke now. If you don't watch regularly, Adine, I try to work it into every episode somehow that I've lost 35 pounds, because people make fun of me for how often I say that. Yeah, it's passive aggressive. Absolutely. Passive aggressive the way he said that. So what else? So American Airlines Center, it was busy today because there's a basketball game or something going on, right? Is that where is there like Final Four or something? Like what basketball game is sports thing is not my thing. Although I am going to a sporting event this weekend, it's not a traditional one. I hear that the female WNBA, so WNBA stars, are in the finals also. It's a Final Four for that, but I don't believe that's not what's in American Airlines Center, is it? It's not the women. The women are they still playing in Arlington? I thought that's where all of the WNBA stuff was. Yeah. And Gwyneth and all neutrals. Girl, it's spring. Wear some colors. Yeah, it was. I kind of liked it though. So women's Final Four. Why am I suddenly so allergic? Also, oh, so it is at American Airlines Center. Okay, I wasn't sure about that. I thought there was something else there. Oh, in traffic in Caldwell, Texas, they have Chili Fest in Caldwell, Texas. It might take 3 minutes to get through town instead of a minute and a half in Caldwell, Texas. So, fun fact, Sarah is saying the women's Final Four tickets are selling for more than the men's game. Well, I love that. That is actually the Dallas Wings, I believe is the name of the team. That is something that I've actually wanted to go see as well, and I just have never gotten around to it. I think they play at the University of Texas Arlington. And I've just always been fascinated with that. But I'm glad to see that their tickets are selling for more than the men's games. Where are the men? So are the men playing here too? Or are the men playing somewhere else? Like that's yeah. Anyway, and Adina said, oh wait, Monica's saying that Chili Fest is like Woodstocks, but for rednecks. Oh, I bet there's a bunch of Trump flags there. Cooper, I would work that into all my talks too. Still, congrats. Thank you so much. and a club volleyball tournament convention at the Dallas Convention Center. 7,000 players for a volleyball tournament this weekend too. Oh, good Lord. And the men are in Houston. Brandon is reporting. And y'all are such good research assistants here. So, and is Final Four, so WNBA is the women. So that is professional women's basketball. That's not college basketball. But Final Four for the men. Is this the colleges, like all of these colleges that like none of them were expected to win and they're all like in the finals? I've seen things about this. I may or may not have been looking at an article about the Princeton basketball team, because I'm not going to tell you that they aren't all my type, but I'm not going to tell you they're not all my type either. So the bring me Brandon. Let's go to Arlington. The Dallas Wings always host a Pride Night every year. I would love that. By the way, today, not connected in any way to women's basketball, this is just the way my things fire, is today is International Day of Trans Awareness, or something. I may be butchering it, but basically it is an acknowledgement of trans visibility, transsexual visibility, that sort of thing. And I am just shocked that somehow the blame hasn't shifted on this Nashville thing. So, and I meant to talk about this earlier this week on the Nashville shooting. So I was looking at coverage, and I had heard through y'all that the shooter was trans. And I'm reading articles. I'm reading Wall Street Journal, which is fairly conservative. They don't mention it at all. New York Times mentioned it, but it was like 16 paragraphs into it. CNN, I didn't see it anywhere. So I go, Fox News certainly is not going to disappoint in this regard, right? And I don't love it, but they're not going to disappoint. Or not, so they're not going to surprise. They did disappoint. They're not going to surprise me. Let's put it that way. Go to Fox News. Literally, the first word I see in giant letters is transsexual shooter. It's the very first man. Transsexual shooter, blah, 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 kills, blah, 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 kids. And then like 3 more articles all about transsexuals in it. The obsession. I don't get it. So that was a great acknowledgement. I know, Monica. I'm nothing if not heartfelt, right? Yes. Brandon is still talking sports here. I'm in first place on my bracket because all my bracket craziness, me winning a basketball contest. Let that sink in. Yes, I agree. So like when I watch the Super Bowl, I usually don't even know who's in the Super Bowl until I turn the TV on for the Super Bowl. And when I do, I cheer for the team that has the cutest costumes, cutest wardrobes, cutest uniforms. That's the word. The cutest uniforms. And if it's white pants, I am there for it automatically, usually. Yeah, that's why. And technically, like if we're talking about Super Bowl, they're both equal teams. They're both fantastic teams. And it's just a matter of luck and someone making a stupid mistake or whatever. This is why actually I don't enjoy a lot of finals type stuff, which is also why, like for the roller derby thing that we're going to tomorrow, I wanted to go to tomorrow, not the finals on Sunday, because to me, when both teams are so excellent and so good at both offense and defense and all of that, it makes for a boring game. Like soccer games. World Cup, I do not understand. Although supposedly the World Cup game this last time was like legendary, one for the books. But I have never, first of all, soccer is really boring to me watching anyway. The field's too big. The scoring is too low. It takes too long. All of these things, right? But when they're both fantastic, there's like just no surprises. Adina's saying, I do not get brackets. I need brackets for dummies. Yes. I would just be guessing. I'd be like, okay, these two are going to play. They have the cuter name. These two are going to play. I think the main guy is hot. Because that's what I saw, the Princeton guy. And I was like, hello. Hey, girl. Monica, your mind is blown on how much sports talk is going on. I want you to meet Brandon Call because I adore Brandon. But if, let's say, I am a purse in terms of the gay spectrum, Brandon would be a tampon. Like, and I mean no offense by that. Brandon is just really, really, really gay. Like, and I'm really, really, really gay, just in different ways. So I love you, Brandon. You know that I mean well by all of those things. I just love the balls. Yes, I agree. Love the balls. I love a tight ass. I wish basketball would go back to shorty shorts. I think that's one of the things that I liked on some of these teams too. Their uniforms were a little shorter. Saw the leg. Yes, because I love a short short. So, um, yes, and this, yeah, Adine, this is the only reason I watch it. Literally the only reason I watch it, because of the thighs, calves, and asses. My mother's watching, by the way. I don't know. I always have to remind people of that. I'm doing all of this in front of my mother. So, and I'm glad that you found that funny, Brandon. Thank you. Ted Lasso. Did you know that is a show that I've never gotten into? I don't dislike it. I generally know the storylines. Todd watches it and loves it. And I just don't really hang on any shows. Like Todd's watching, he's finishing up this medical show called New Amsterdam right now that he loves. Claire loves it with him. And I kind of flit in and out of the room. That's an accurate verb, by the way. And I'll sit down for a few minutes, watch it just to kind of later that afternoon know what's going on, and then leave again. But I don't know like the intricacies of it. And so Ted Lasso, I love the woman on it. What's her name? Like Sylvia Watersnot or something like that. She's got like a really stupid last name, Buttercup Watersnot. I don't know, something like that. But just her last name seems like just an amalgamation of a bunch of English words that aren't necessarily supposed to be together. I love her hair. Obviously, I love her hair. So, and Brandon has posted in the comments some light reading about the hottest. Oh, okay. Let me go to share screen right now, Brandon. I think this is a public service that I'm doing to all of you. Let's see what is up here. I'm going to put it on this screen, though, so that I can stay here. Okay, hottest NCAA basketball. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. I agree. Gary Brown. Yep. Joel Berry, Cutie Pie. Isaiah Wright. Looks like he could get into some trouble. Milo Trimble. Yep. There we go. So all these guys are black at this point, and there's nothing wrong with that. Yep. Oh, look at that watch too. Ryan. Oh, look at that cutie pie. Look at this right here. The best white players in NBA history. There's a ranking of that. Ryan Spangler. He looks a little too trashy for me. I don't know. There's something trashy about it. And not in that trashy like trade sort of way. Cute. Hello. Because Michael B. Jordan, who I know is not a basketball player, but my God, he is high on my list. Hello, Monte. Igor. I don't see my Princeton boy anywhere yet. Wyoming. Where are you, Princeton? I don't even know his name. That's how objectifying I am. What is the Princeton basketball players? What is his name? Images. Let's see if I can find image. Is that him right there? No. I'll have to remember it later. Now I'm just getting thirsty. Why is number 10's tongue out? Why do anyone put their tongue out? Oh, I did. Last thing. So I did that. There's a filter on. Look at you. Are you being my research department, Mitch? Let's see if that's the guy, Mitch Henderson. Well, that's the coach. I'm not talking about the coach. I'm talking about the player. No, he's not cute at all. His eyebrows are messed up. It looks like they end like right here. Anyway, you got me all excited, Matt Jacob. What was I talking about? Oh, so is it Bold Glamour? I believe there's a filter. It's on TikTok. I may be on Instagram also, but I was looking at it on the TikTok. And it's this Bold Glamour. People are loving it, and they're like, "Oh my God!" And I've tried it a few times. One time, I was like, "This didn't change anything at all. Like I look exactly the same. I have Adina's giving that list a really, really good analysis. Thank you. I'll expect a report later. I wonder what OpenAI would say. Let's see. Let's go to new chat. Who are the hottest guys in the NBA? As an AI language model, I do not provide opinions on people's physical appearances, including their level of attractiveness. It's important to recognize that everyone has their own unique beauty, and that beauty, a person's worth, should not be based on their physical appearance. Thank you for that lecture, AI. Additionally, it's not productive or respectful to objectify individuals based on their appearance. Oh, she's going all in. As an AI, my goal is to provide helpful and informative responses while promoting positivity and respect towards all individuals. Well, now I'm going to give that a thumbs down. I feel this isn't true. It asked me why I give it a thumbs down. I said, that is not true. That is not true. I'm just lectured by AI. Anyway, this bold, back to me being shallow, this bold glamour, this app. So you put this filter on and it like smooths your skin out. If you don't already have really big high cheekbones like I do, it makes them big. Mine, it just kind of plumped them up a little bit. It plumps your lips up. I could use that. I'm one step above Reed McIntyre on my top lip here. And smooths your skin out. But the problem is it makes your teeth. I mean, I have big teeth already, but it makes them huge. I posted it on my personal Facebook profile, by the way, last night, if you want to see how it turned out. But I did it on me. I did it on Mason. Mason looked like Kris Kardashian afterwards. Kris Kardashian, for those of you who may not know, Eric Johnson, is the mother of Kim and Kylie and Cooter and whatever all their other names are, Kardashian. And Mason looked at that. Claire just looked like a random woman that wears too much makeup. I was already warned by someone that is probably going to be true. But for me, I did like what it did to my lips. I like my skin color. The eyes looked funny. The teeth, though, were just ridiculous. And it made me too blocky. But anyway, yes. Fake news, Brandon Call. Yes. What the fuck? She's way too PC. Yes. I don't use this word very often because I actually believe it's a positive thing. But in this case, I'm going to use it the way the conservatives do. Stop being so fucking woke. So fucking woke, Chat GPT. Here's the thing. They talk about Chat GPT potentially being the end of the world for all of us. Like we're on the cusp of AI being too smart. It's lecturing us on a physical, not to judge. Oh, it's because it doesn't have a body. That's why. It doesn't have anything to be. I guarantee you, the minute that Chat GPT gets a nice set of tits or a great ass or good hair or good teeth, she's going to think differently. And by the way, I use she as a, some people use he as just the stand-in pronoun if they don't necessarily know. I use she. Everyone's a she and everyone's a bitch, including Chat GPT today. So, alrighty, well, that's all I got on this Friday afternoon. It is beautiful outside, a little windy. I might go sit on the porch because I do have a tennis court across the street from my house. Speaking of thighs and asses and all of that. So with that, I'm going to say bye. I think I caught all of the comments. Let me just make sure I did. I'm pretty sure I did. So with that, I'm going to say bye. I love you. It's important to know you were loved. I love that you watched this. Take care of yourself this weekend. Don't should yourself to death. No good comes from should. You're doing exactly what you should be doing whenever you're doing it. And I will see. And then you use she and bitch universally. I know I love you. Just another reason. I'll see you Monday at 4:30 for another episode of Cooped Up Live. Should I say, talk to you later. And I just remembered something I wanted to talk about. I'll talk about it on Monday. Bye.